This is A Minute with Marty. It's great to have you today. We got another great topic today, the impact on using the manual process with time and labor. And to discuss that, we have once again with us Matt Glennon with Paylocity. Matt, it is good to have you again, my friend.
Thanks, Marty. It's great being here.
You know, we've kind of touched on pieces of this during several of these, and we're going to hit it today. Time is money.
Definitely.
What are you wasting? How much money are you wasting? And so let's kind of hit that first and talk about what we're wasting.
Yeah, no, great question. So, Marty, as we both know from being part of the workforce, time is a fleeting currency. So you have to spend it wisely for the only currency that can't be earned back. For several years, I was actually part of some different operations who were really limited by the technology in the business space. So many of these small businesses and owners are continuing to struggle really because they simply do not want to change, even as employees are demanding more of an efficient workforce. So here are several reasons, why they're having issues with needing the correct technology in place to help them kind of control that time and labor as their business is growing. So one is accuracy, which is going to ensure an accurate tracking of the employee hours. It's going to reduce errors in the payroll calculation and prevent potential wage disputes, which ends up being a big issue if you're doing it manually. Efficiency, so automating time tracking the payroll process is going to save time for that HR professional or the manager, and it's really going to allow them to focus on more of strategic tasks. Then you have like compliance. This is where the business is complying with the labor laws and regulations regarding employee work hours, overtime and breaks, and it's really reducing the risk of non-compliance penalties, which you've seen over the years. A lot of businesses are adding those up because they're on a manual process. And then, of course, another one's cost saving. So by streamlining your payroll process and reducing manual errors, businesses can save money in the long run. So just big picture. Integration. So many times, the time and attendance or labor, payroll software solutions are integrating with other HR and accounting systems. It's going to provide a seamless flow of data and really reduce the administrative overhead that those managers are experiencing. And then two other things, insightful reporting. So our software often comes with reporting analytics features. This is allowing the business to gain insights into employee attendance patterns, their labor costs, and their productivity trends. And then finally, remote work management. So, with the rise of remote work, software is basically going to enable employees to track those remote hours, make sure they're accurate, and ensure that they are being compensated correctly. So overall, time and labor software is going to be essential to a business to manage their workforce efficiently, ensure compliance, and optimize their payroll process.
And this is, small business, they have enough challenges as it is. And then, trying to sit back and go, how much time am I wasting? What am I wasting it on? And a lot of times when you sit down with them and say, look, you can save X by using a particular process over time. And it's like had talked before a little bit earlier about, I still see some people using typewriters. And we said, when doing the typewriter, just think of the time you got to go get the little white out and go back through here and change this and all that kind of crazy stuff. And it goes back to a word you said, it's change. And if we can just get small business on, no matter what they're doing, what type of business they're doing, to stop for a moment and hear about what's available to them. And a lot of times they wind up being surprised because they're like, I didn't know that was available to me. I thought that was more like a large company type option for me. And when they look at it, and when you look at time and the cost of time, it's really inexpensive.
It is, and they don't have to do on their own. I think that's one of the thoughts that business owners, they're just in that habit of, okay, I've done it this way for X amount of years and it's worked for me and I don't need to change it. But as the, generations change, demographic changes, if you're still in business, you're going to have people coming in wanting to have more effective things to work. They want them to be technical. They want the software to run right. And, they don't want to use like paper or manual processes. So, which again, is a good segue. So, I mean, really, Marty, the bottom line is businesses are wasting on average about 25,000 in these manual processes each year. So this is where I believe that having a time and labor solution like Paylocity comes in full effect. So, our time and labor gets out that manual doing of spreadsheets, bulletin boards, email, eliminating kind of unplanned labor costs, and really minimize the compliance risk. Plus, when you are adding this, you got the mobile experience. This will actually empower your managers and employees with flexible time collection, real-time chat, and even shift claiming or swapping that is tracked to keep hours in line. You see that a lot in the restaurant industry specifically. So what you're going to see is from our time and labor solution, you have the ability to eliminate paper timesheets and payroll reentry, track time-free error-free, robust reporting and notifications. There's a chat feature to discuss schedules with employees, and then scheduling becomes easy with, again, that shift claiming and swapping within the employee hours, especially at restaurants or different kind of industries like that. Estimate necessary hours for future workdays. There's a time collection with the mobile app that you can use either through that, a web, a kiosk, or even a time clock, a physical time clock at the location. And then employees can only punch in or out for the correct location and time. So you're not having that effect of overtime or someone punching at the wrong location. And then again, just time card corrections, which is a constant problem with the manual process. And if that gets missed, someone doesn't get paid right. So, really that's kind of the big picture of what Paylocity is trying to do, is help these businesses get away from that process so they're not getting stuck with non-payment, compliance laws, different regulations that they're facing. So
yeah, and that last part hit something. It helps track processes. It helps to say, hey, I did this. You can always look back and say, this is what I did, versus what did I do with that Post-it note that I took? And I know I took that Post-it note and put it on that piece of paper and put it in a file. These types of systems help people protect themselves, employers protect themselves. Yeah, awesome. That's good. Now, you go through a lot of those things, and us being a business, and it's somebody that's not crazy about change, you go through all those types of things and what it can do. When you guys sit down with somebody, is it more of a, let me do this process first, and then let's do this process, instead of sitting down and I don't, descriptive, but throwing up all this information at one time? How do you do that?
yeah, it's just a conversation where we have an opportunity to ask a bunch of questions, specifically what the business owner is doing, who's handling the side of the time and the labor. Is it an HR professional? Is it a multitude of people? Are they wearing a bunch of hats where they're basically overworked and things are getting missed? So it's really trying to, number one, it's to move over to a solution like this. It's to take the pressure off the either business owner, HR professional, manager who's having to do this time. I mean, it could take anywhere, based on the size of the staff, 5 to 10 hours a week, where you don't have to do that when you have a technology like Paylocity. You're able to make a couple of clicks, adjustments each week based on who's in the system, and then click, boom, you're paying out your people, it's accurate, and you're not having any discrepancies that you would be potentially missing if the person's doing it manually. So
yeah, who wouldn't want more time?
Yes.
It's like, you know what? That's less stress. It's less aggravation. If you were just willing to be willing to change a little bit and look at those kinds of processes. So that's
Absolutely.
that's good. As we start to wrap this up, any kind of last minute piece of nugget
Sure. Yeah, Marty, I guess my final thought would be, is, what do you have to lose investing in your business? Really, it's the future of your employees. The business will excel with the best solution in place, and having a time and labor in place for them is really going to ease the pain of a lot of these situations that they're facing right now. So you're really going to make not only your employees happy by having technology in the workplace, but you're gonna certainly help your managers and HR professionals not be overwhelmed, not be overworked, and it's really going to be a happy place to be every day. So
Yeah, awesome. Well, Matt, once again, some good info for our small businesses if they are willing to be open-minded and change. So again, a great topic today, and once again, it was good to have you with us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All righty, everybody else, this is Marty Haynes with HFC Insurance. If we can help you in any way, let us know. And I hope you enjoyed today's Minute with Marty. Have a good day.